Hello and welcome back to Minecraft, and welcome back to my village build thing. I still don't know what to call this. It's a village, isn't it? It's a village surrounded by a wall, and the wall is slowly being taken down. This is obviously an overview of what has currently been built, and you'll probably spot there's quite a few new buildings. Like this one, and my personal favourite, this one here. And that is because in between episodes, I've kind of had a reasonable amount of spare time and I've done a lot of building. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to jump into survival mode, jump out of spectator mode, and I will show you exactly what we have built. So, starting off then, we're going to go into the inn because I've done a little bit more work inside the inn. Basically, upstairs looks a little bit nicer. So we've got a nice little foyer area now with some plants and shelves and whatnot. In the rooms, there's not a huge amount going on, partially because they're so small. There's not a lot you can really do with them. But what I've done is I've put in like a little desk. Some of them have got like a flower. There you go. That one's got a desk, flower, and a bookcase. That one's probably the premium room. Then in the end one, I think we've just got a desk and a flower. Yep. And then in the one in the front, I think there's a bookshelf. There is, and a desk and a little lamp as well. So yeah, I'd say probably the inn is pretty much finished. I don't think there's much else we can do with that. And then if we run over this way, we're going to follow the path. We're not going to cut through like I normally do. Just have a little tour of the village. So first thing that I will show you quickly, got rid of that because there's going to be a pathway going out that way. Not quite sure where to yet, but there's going to be a pathway going over there. If we then head past the sheep, they are all now white because I've dyed them all white because I realised having coloured sheep was a bit odd. Doesn't really make too much sense. I can hear a zombie. I can hear a baby zombie. Where is this baby zombie? He sounds like he's over here. I'm not... Oh, this isn't good. I mean, I'm prepared to fight, so I can fight him if we need a fight. Is he down here? Is he in one of the buildings? He's not... Where is he? Is he trapped in... Okay, so... He... is trapped in this little area here, which you can't even get into. So he's living there forever now. Fair enough. This building not done anything with. Keep putting torches down as well. So the first of the new buildings then is this one, and I really like this. I really like what I've done here. I mean, I'm blowing my own trumpet a little bit, but basically this is the wool dye building, and I've kind of tried to signify this here. They've got some white wool and they've dyed it purple, and there's like a little bit of drippage and stuff on the side. They've got another one they've dyed green in the corner. They've got some finished wool. That one up there is a yellow one drying. That's kind of to symbolise a blue one drying on the floor. And then if we head round before we go inside, just around this side as well, we've got ourselves some finished wool, a little bit of storage, and then some white ones as well, because, you know, you can't just all have coloured dye. Then, if we pop inside, the floor is horrendous, and I love it. It's basically the four sheep that we had in there and some white wool. So all of their colours I kind of just spattered around on the floor. As always, not done the interior because I don't do interiors. And upstairs, as I've mentioned, isn't done. But I think there's a decent amount of space here. So this is probably just going to turn into like a house. And then down here will be like a workshop. So I might have lots and lots of banners hanging up on the walls. Some more cauldrons which might look like they have dye or something in them. That's the plan with that. Then, if we head further down, we have the skeleton of the farmhouse, which will be hopefully done in today's episode. And then a mostly finished cartographer and stonemason. They're kind of linked. Because it's a stonemason, I've decided to do basically the ground floor of stone, because it's his job. Like, he knows how to do stone, so I imagine he'd probably help out his friend. And then if we pop inside here, obviously it's not done, it's definitely not done. But we do have a nice big tower which doesn't have a ceiling on it. But when we are up here, we can have a big look around all of the area. Lots and lots of glass windows. So you can kind of walk up to the edge and see absolutely everything. Moving next door then into the stonemason, putting more torches down. Like I said, everything inside is all stone. I need to do a little bit of work up here because this building is slightly lower than that building. I think. No, that building has a slightly higher ceiling, that's what it is. So yeah, there's kind of like this weird little lip going on, so I need to probably put in some stone in there just to fill in that gap. And then out the back here, this is going to be like a storage area, so there's going to be slabs and stairs and stuff to make it look like this is where the guy's been doing half of his work and kind of just piling them up in the corner. going to do the same as well, sort of along the side here. And I've also finished this path to a certain extent. It needs a bit more work because there's not a lot of gravel and there's no path blocks in there, but it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. Also, I've been doing some surviving, and I have made myself a full set of diamond armour, and not only a full set of diamond armour, decent enchants as well. I think they're decent, I'm not sure. So protection 4 on pretty much everything, protection 3 on the chestplate, unbreaking 3 on everything as well. Also, my tools, they all have mending, because I have been fishing, I've been enchanting, I've been doing loads and loads of stuff, and I've managed to pick up 4 mending books, which I've decided to put on all of them. I want to get 4 more to put onto my gear, and then once we've got that, we can survive everything. In theory, probably, maybe. Probably, no, I'm definitely going to die at some point. Now, for the farm, I haven't planned anything. So, all I've planned is this, which I explained a couple of episodes ago, last episode, something like that, that the plan is, this is going to be a rough shape of the house. So we're going to have a ground floor, and then we're going to have a top floor just in sort of this area and this area. So that is the plan. Let's knock all those down. Look how good my tools are now. The reason why I've also put in the frame is just to kind of give myself a rough idea of the exact shape that I want to go with. I've also prepared, those are words, that's the one I wanted to say. And I have no, that's why, because we're going to go with spruce. So yeah, I've basically decided we're going to build this one out of spruce. So it's going to look different to pretty much everything else. It's going to look a lot darker, which I'm not sure whether that is a good thing or a bad thing. But we will see. Right, well that's the ground floor done, nice and quick. If we take that one and that one out, that's going to be our windows. Here, I'm thinking it's going to be the kitchen, and I might try and make a fancy fireplace, which I don't know why I'm committing to this, because that's going to be tough. So it's basically going to be possibly this area here might need to go, build an expansion out the back here to build a big old fireplace, because it's a farmhouse. Farmhouses are normally quite fancy, aren't they? I also need a place for my staircase, so I'm thinking this is going to look quite strange, but it works. It's fine. All it needs to do is work. It doesn't necessarily need to look spectacular, but as long as it works. So we need to do that. We also then need to do one more up there, which I've just realised doesn't match the plan for the house, does it? Right, change of plan already. We're going to go 2 stories across the entire top? No, we can stop here. We can stop here. So the 2 stories will go from this point over to that way. Got it. Plan made. Also, the sun is slowly setting, so I'm going to go run and grab myself a bed quickly. This is normally the bed that I sleep in because it's very central inside the cow house, but we're going to quickly steal it. Going to park it just outside here so we can have a quick nap when the sun eventually does go down. Probably need to go 1 higher with some dark oak. If we do that, we're going to go there, aren't we? That's the plan. All of this, and then you can go there as well. I don't want the front, do I? Do I want the front? No, I don't want the front. We don't want the front. Right, so that's going to be where the second story is, so we need to have a little window. Window? It's not a window, it's a roof. The roof needs to go on there, which is just going to be a little peak like that. This one we're going to visit off camera, because it needs to be something slightly more fancy. Let's quickly grab any of the bits that have fallen down in here and jump into bed. Right, the next thing I'm going to do is we are going to put in the second story, which, looking at it, doesn't seem particularly big. And my mouse is doing that thing again where it's double right clicking, and I don't know how to stop it doing that. The only way I think I can stop it is by buying a new mouse, and I don't really want to do that. Ah, that doesn't work. That doesn't work, so you need to change, so you need to be that way, that's fine, there we go. Alright, and this is our upstairs, so the next thing we need to do is just put in some walls, because, you know, without walls then it's just a bit of a mess without walls, isn't it? Right, that looks a bit weird, being off-centre, but it needs to be like that, because the roof is going to basically come up to just underneath this window. If we tried to do it there, to match the other side, we'd have some wood in the way, so that's what we're going to have to deal with. I just realised I've completely forgot to put in the corner logs. There we go. Right, that is that done. Let's take those out, run downstairs quickly. Let's have a quick look at the front. Oh, we can climb up here and get onto this little... Nope, no, we can't. Can we get onto this ledge? Are we able to? Sure, we can just hold shift. So, that's the size that we're going for. It looks a bit small to me. Or is that just me? Well, once we put the roof on, maybe it might look a little bit bigger. We're going to go for a dark oak roof, much like the house next to it. Obviously, if we went for spruce, it would look a bit weird. And I think if we go for an oak roof, it would look even weirder because it's a brighter brown, isn't it? So we're going to have to go for a darker roof. I have been contemplating the idea of using netherrack in roofs. And also, possibly just doing brick roofs. But the brick texture, I do have some. The brick texture, it's not that good, is it? Right, I've just made some bricks. Let's make some stairs. Let's just see how this looks. This is probably a waste of bricks, by the way. But we've gone for it. I don't know whether this is going to work. Guess we can put it on this bit here, can't we? This should be enough to give us a rough idea of what it's going to look like. Even though I don't have the slabs, do I? But it should be enough. I'm not actually. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. Or is that just me thinking that it's not awful? Let's climb up and actually finish off the roof. We've got one more to go, so we can put that one in there. If I make some slabs, does that? I'm actually not against that. I'm not against that, and I'm thinking if we do that, we probably then need to replace some of the roofs on some of these other houses, just so there's a little bit of variance. Possibly the stonemason one needs a brick roof as well. I'm going to go for it. We're going to go for an all brick roof, which is, I can't believe I'm doing this, but we're going for it. So it turns out I don't actually have a lot of bricks, which means I'm going to have to go hunting for some clay, which is not good because clay is fairly difficult to come by, if I'm not mistaken. So I managed to get 8 more of these, and obviously I've made some slabs as well. And then if we pop that there, let's just put the front ones on so we get a rough idea. That one needs to go there. Take that one out so we can have a proper look to see what it's going to look like. It's going to look like that. It's going to look like that. Is it bad? Is that bad? I don't think that's bad. I genuinely don't think it's that bad. We're doing it. We're definitely doing it, which means I do need to go and find a lot more clay. What biomes have a lot of clay? Swamps do, don't they? Swamps have a lot of clay. So with that in mind, we have a swamp that we know of. So if we jump on our horse, which still doesn't have a name, we need to run off down this path, head to our swamp. So this is a bit of a peek behind the curtain, because this place is a mess. It's a big mess. There's a reason why it's a big mess. It's because basically every time I do any AFKing, I normally do it in here. I will set up an auto clicker and I'll be doing some farming. And if we have a look, this is how I've got quite a lot of levels, because I've been there. You get a lot of fish. I've actually taken all the fish out and stuck them in an auto smelter thing that I've made. There's none of this in here. Oh, we do have a decent bow that I wanted to put some stuff on. And we've also got some half decent enchants anyway. Let's leave that place. That's not while we're here. We are here to find ourselves a lot of clay, which hopefully should have some nearby. Actually, let's go to that village. Reason why I want to go to the village is because I want to get clay that's close to the surface, like this stuff. Because I don't have anything like aqua affinity on any of my armour, so if I have to go underwater, it's going to be a lot more of a pain to pick stuff up. Right, we've made a big mistake. We've made a very big mistake. We've come out to the middle of nowhere to get clay without any beds, and now it's night time. So I'm wondering whether I need to run back to my AFK place with the iron golem farm and quickly jump into the bed there, because I know it's safe there. Or we could actually just go to this place instead, couldn't we? Maybe this is the better option because it's right here, and hopefully there is some free beds. There we go, perfect. While we're here, we'll have a quick look, see whether you've got any clay that I can easily grab. You have some small amount. Right, we've made it back home. Let's just shut that just in case things spawn. This, by the way, this is my my cooking system for all of the fish. I feel like there's there's definitely more in there. Yeah, I've got a lot of fish. That's what I'm trying to say. So we just kind of been cooking all of it very slowly. I'm going to take the chicken. The chicken's probably better food, isn't it? But yeah, I've been cooking all the fish. Inside that furnace is going to be so much XP, it's ridiculous. What we need to do, let's just take that one. Swap you over. Do you end up in there? You did. Okay, right, we'll swap you over. We will pop you there. I need to then put... Okay, yep. This is my fuel line, by the way, in case you hadn't realised. That goes in there. I need another chest. Because all of this isn't actually going to fit in. Like, it's not going to fit, is it? No. Right, what we do, we get rid of that. We pop our chest there. Give us the hopper. I can't quite reach because that was a stupid idea. That can go there. Pick bamboo back up. And you can also go up in there. And then... if we run upstairs, I know I could just put them in the hopper, but I want to use the proper system. If we run upstairs, this is where you put in the things you want to cook. So all of that clay is getting cooked. I feel like that's not the right way of doing this, but that's the way we're going to go for. Right, whilst that is cooking, we can possibly do some work on this, can't we? That's a bad thing to say, because I wasn't expecting to do that. I have no plans. I was hoping to do all that off camera, but we're going to try. We're going to try and do something. What materials do we build it out of? I'm thinking stone bricks, and possibly, so we need some stone bricks there, that'll do, some of that, some normal stone, we'll take some slabs. Have we got any of this? That's gravel, that's not what we want, that's it, no. I definitely need to sort this out, because it's a mess. And a site. 7 of it, that should probably be enough. So, exterior-wise, I guess we need that and that basically covers the main part, doesn't it? That's where we're going to end up going into a proper chimney. If we then have that and that, for some reason I thought I heard something behind me then. Right, we can go, you can go there and there, and the site can go in those ones. Let's have stone. That can also be stone. Is this going to work? I'm not sure this is gonna look right. We also need to do something with the roof here, which, like I said, is gonna be, that's also gonna be that stuff, which we might be able to do. Can I jump onto this? I've tried like 6 times. There we go. Right, I have made it. So that can go along there, and then we can just do. We've got the perfect amount. We have the perfect amount to do this, because we need that there, that there. That's just going to be our little side roof, and then obviously we have our fireplace here, which is good. If we pop inside, just have a quick look at what it's going to look like. We need to get rid of that, probably that and that as well. So that is going to sit in there, and it's just going to pump up smoke, which we do need to probably stop somehow. Now what I'm thinking, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, do that. And that, and then what I can do, I don't know whether it's a good idea or not. Have we got any in here? So my plan is we do that, and I need to do that, and then get rid of that middle one. And then if we drop all of these down, I think that works. Question mark? Does that work? And then we can put some stone as well, like that. Just to give it something a little bit, make it a little bit nicer. Have we got any stone bricks? Will do. I know they're slabs. Stop throwing stuff around. That can go there. Can go there. We have a double one there. We've got a nice little fireplace. Still need something else. If we get another one of them, and this is how lazy I am. That's all. We're just going to take that one. We'll do that there. We'll do that there. We can then potentially change that, actually. If we change that to that, doesn't look as good. Okay, right. It's a work in progress, everybody. Bear with me. I'm not sure that works either. I'm not sure that works either. I don't know what to do. To be honest, I think with the slabs was probably the best way, wasn't it? So if we just put that there, grab one of them, bang, bang, bang. And I'm thinking having a slab there means you could potentially put something there if you really wanted to. I mean, hypothetically, in the game you can't. But I think that's probably okay for now. Next up then, whilst we're obviously still waiting for everything to be cooked, let's clear out the floor. Put a decent floor in this place. And stick some doors in it, put some windows in, that kind of thing. We're going to go with diorite for the floor today because we don't seem to use a lot of that. Right, the floor is done. Going to pop in some birch doors. Partially because I had some. Don't know whether it's going to work. It might be a little bit too much of a contrast. Thinking it's probably too much of a contrast. Okay, we'll get rid of them. We will run and grab some of those doors, which are dark oak, if I'm not mistaken. Pop that one there. Pop that one there. I think that does look a lot better. I've also just thrown a sign and a bunch of stuff, to be honest, on the floor. What else have we got in here? Just going to put a ladder there. Doesn't really mean much, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm going to put some form of storage here, something similar to that. So I'm going to leave that wall for now. Do need to put in our windows. We also need to finish off the chimney, which I just completely ignored, didn't I? Right, back up here then. It's going to have to be quite a tall chimney, which is going to look a bit weird because it's not up against the... It doesn't need to be a tall chimney at all, does it? What am I talking about? It can be a nice small chimney. I don't have the correct bricks to do all of this, which is not a surprise to anybody, is it? I mean, we could just do it there. Oh, I've put them away. Typical. Right, we can do that. No, I'm just working on the fly here. Let's do a half slab. Then we can do a full block. Then if we just put that there for now, pop those all around there. That's in the wrong place. And you up there. I then need to get on top of that. No, I don't. I can just do that. Run back to my warehouse. Grab my campfire. And then pop that into the little space. Okay, I think we can... There we go. Right, close that up. Close that up. It's not going to look particularly great from here at the moment because we don't obviously have the roof in there, but you can just see the chimney around the back. If we come around this side, I think that's okay. I think that looks alright. How are we getting on with our bricks? We've got a stack already cooked. That's the one. We've still got plenty still to go though. So what I'm probably going to do then is I'm probably going to have to do that off camera because that's going to take some time. I'm also, off camera, I'm going to build this, which isn't going to have a brick roof. And then when we return, you're going to see, hopefully, a somewhat finished farmhouse. Wheat storage or hay storage is going to be finished, and I'm going to then start work on the actual field itself because I need to put in some water blobs everywhere and all that fun stuff. We are back, and we have finished the farmhouse. Obviously, as always, interior-wise, I haven't done much. I've put my bed inside. That's definitely a thing that's happened. We have an entire brick roof. There still might be some tweaks to it. If we have a quick look here, I've changed this slightly. I think I had some fence posts, not fence posts, the walls in the corners. I've just gone for metal all across the front because I think it makes a bit more sense. Also, there is somewhere nearby, there is a trader who's annoying me. But let's have a quick look. If I just climb up here, get a reasonable view of what we've built. I don't think it looks too bad. I think maybe I need to do something. I was thinking about possibly sort of the peak of the roof, just doing that as wood, maybe, to see whether that made a difference. But for now, I think we're going to leave it as brick. And like I said, I think I might need to put brick on some other buildings over there just to make everything look a little bit more tied up. And as always, it is bedtime because I always seem to start recording these just as the sun goes down. So off camera, we have obviously finished the house, but I have also finished the farm, kind of. There's still some stuff to do, mainly growing, but this is what we've gone for. I didn't want to do the whole area as a field. I wanted to just do little patches of things growing. So we've got a bit over there. This is obviously the main field, then obviously there's another one off to the right-hand side. If we have a quick look over here, we've got the odd patch of water, which I've tried to hide, but I don't really know whether it's really relevant or necessary to hide them all, but I've tried to hide them a little bit. We've then got some piles of wheat in various places. Little bit of colour on the outside here. I'm stuck on a fence. A little bit of colour. I wanted to put something. It just looked very brown without any of this. So we put some plants, put the brick little shelf thing there, put some vines, which are probably going to overgrow way too much, so we might need to somehow try and control those. If we have a quick look as well at some of the field stuff, this I've kind of put in as like a little, like they've harvested some wheat and they've just kind of left it in the field for the moment. I'm also going to need to obviously plant the rest of this field, and then we have the wheat barn, hay barn, shed thing, where there's just some bits in there, really. Just more for flavour, that's all that is. Down the side as well of the house, again, it just looked very brown, so we've got some greenery on here, we've got some vines, got some spruce leaves, got a little chest as well, which even though there is that above it, you can still open it, there's obviously nothing inside it. And I'm really determined to try and find where that trader is. Ah, he's here, hello. I'm sorry, but I'm going to murder you, because you're annoying me. Go away. Alright, there we go. Right, you're dead. Another thing that I've also done, other than murder the trader, is I've done nothing inside this building. In this one here, in the stonemason, I've kind of finished it. Interior-wise, as always, there's a bit of stuff still needs to be done, but we've got a little stonemason table thing here. Need to put a bed and some other bits in here, but that's pretty much all we're going to put inside here. And then if we head out the back and walk up into this corner, this is kind of his work yard. So here is the unfinished bricks, or stone, and here is the finished stone in the corner. And then down the side as well, we've got just a little pile, which is basically too much stuff to put in there, so he's got some excess out the side. But yeah, I think that is pretty much everything to show off, other than one final thing. So here we see the farm in all of its glory, in generic Minecraft mode. And thanks to Callum in the comments, I've now managed to put shaders in there. Because I was incompetent and I needed somebody to hold my hand and do it. Callum has stepped up to the plate and helped me out massively. And this is what it looks like with the shaders on. It's still quite bright. It's very bright, which, I mean, obviously it is, whatever time of day it is, I don't know. Has the sun moved? The sun's moved. I don't know what time of day it is now. I can't see the sun or the moon or anything, because that's quite clearly not it. So if we head through, we can see everything just looks a little bit nicer, a little bit more alive with the shaders. Everything's kind of moving around, all the hedges and everything's moving. We have obviously got really good shadows and stuff going on. One thing I have noticed with the shaders, and I don't really have a huge amount of places to show it off, but the water looks spectacular in shaders. The only bit of water we've got in here is actually this little pond all the way over here. Look at it. Look at it. It actually looks like proper water. And if we... Can we get underneath the water? I know it's... I mean, there's probably... There we go. It looks really good underwater. Like, really good underwater. I still need to find out how to do the texture packs where... Basically, what I want is if we look here... Try and get my shadow out of the way. With the gravel and the coaster, when it overlaps, I want them to kind of blend a little bit. I know you can do it. I don't know how to do it. I need to find out how to do that, because once we've got that... I think this place is going to look real good. Look at the pub. It needs something else in here, doesn't it? It needs more colour. It's very brown and grey in here. I think I need to put some more colour, maybe some pictures and things on the walls. But yeah, the shaders look really, really good. I like the shaders. I'm glad I've got them. Thanks, Callum. Well, that is going to do it then for this episode. Once again, probably a very long episode, but I feel like they need to be quite long in order to show everything off. Otherwise, you'd come back and... there'll be 17 new buildings built, because I get impatient and I build lots of stuff whilst I'm not recording. So, thank you very much for watching this episode. If you did enjoy, do remember to leave a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. Next episode, I don't know what I'm going to build. Honestly, maybe we might try and do some survival stuff. We might move into the survival realm, maybe go into the nether, trying to get some wither skeletons and trying to get some wither skulls, and then maybe attack the wither. It's a bad thing to try and do, but maybe that's what we're going to do. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Wave the sword.